Good morning, my friends. How are you? So today is Monday, so it is Investigate Day. And over the weekend, the two letters are self-care, so S, the end of rituals, and then the beginning of rituals, which is R, is reset. So self-care and reset. So the best way that I know how to do both of those things, and I'm going to call it like capital letters. So the best way for me to do that is our monthly jaunt to Vermont. So my father, not my father, my husband and I made a commitment a couple years ago to try to get away for one weekend a month to Vermont. In Vermont, we're building this camp up there. I want to say house, but it's still kind of campy. So I'm going to call it a camp. So we are at the camp and it is, as I put in the description here, it's really quite different than what we're used to at home. So the first is, of course, that there is no internet. So there's no internet, there's no cell service, there's no TV, we do have a landline phone. So we actually, we are not completely out in the wilderness, and we have electricity. So we have those two things. But overall, it's a break from communication with people. So for somebody like me, it ends up being a forced break, right? So what I find is when it's during the week and I'm plugged in or whatever, I am positioned to respond to people. But not only am I positioned to respond to people, I'm conditioned to anticipate that I'm going to have something interrupt me or that I'm going to have to do something, right? So I'm operating on this stimulus kind of million things going on. And I've gotten used to that. I've really gotten used to that kind of pivot and this person. And what I find is that when I get away and no one can get me, unless it's an emergency and they have my landline, but other than that, nobody can get me. And it's only for, Saturday morning till Sunday night. So it's not a big period of time. And different things happen. But mostly what happens is what our weekends are supposed to do for us according to rituals anyways, which is the self-care and the reset. So we are able to go for walks, sit in the woods. We have I don't know what to call it, like a reflection area in the woods that is like a circular where we've planted a couple trees and spread the ashes of my husband's dad. And so that's our sanctuary. So we go there and we meditate and we just hang for a while. And this time, it was part sunny, so sunny, snow's melting, but also enough snow to snowshoe and snowmobile. Now, I did not really snowmobile. We just did it on the land. And my husband got a new snowmobile, so they were playing with that. But it was just this really low key. We brought enough food so that we did not need to leave the camp, right? So we did not leave the camp from Saturday morning when we got there at 9 a.m. until we left yesterday late afternoon, okay? And we walked, we just hung out, we played with a puppy, we just, we pruned apple trees, we got ready to repaint the things that needed to be repainted. We just kind of settled in. And what I want to talk about is how do we take that feeling and bring it back and push it forward into our days? How do we become strategic and not what I call whack-a-mole, where we're just taking care of the next emergency? How do we train the people in our lives to book an appointment, so that we are working off our calendar and not working off the person who's knocking on the door right there or just interrupting, right? So how do we cultivate that kind of organization in our lives? So anyway, just some thoughts. It's Investigate Day. So this is my investigation. Again, this is not new. I probably say this every time or something like this every time I come back from Vermont. Because when I'm there, I get to go through and do those rituals the way they're laid out. I get to really investigate the days that I'm wiping down and cleaning and cleansing and getting ready for my next week. And I really get to slow it down. And what I feel like is I need to package some of that and bring it home and incorporate that into my lifestyle. So that's something that I'm going to be working on. Are you in a similar situation where something like this could help? I know one of the people I've been working with went away for the weekend, and he said, like, I will be away. And I'm like, I hope that means you are away. Like, I wanted to say, I hope you're away like I'm going to be away, where I am not going to be whacking a mole from a distance. Anyway, guess what? Life went on. And and it's also because I have good support, good relationships with people who covered for me, and I set in place systems to help me. All right, my friends, I hope you have an amazing day. I'm going to try to remember that peace and that solitude and that, like that fullness I felt while I was there. All right, make it an amazing day.